Yeah, we
All
are
right.
live now. Let me just. Yeah, we are live now. Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing well and enjoying festival seasons and February March week as well. So I did like to welcome you all in the amazing workshop of Web3Net. So Web3Net is India's largest month-long hackathon, which is basically based on Web3 security. So today we are giving up a surprise for you all. So we are giving away a GitHub swags. Do check out our Twitter link for the same. I will share it out in the chat itself. So today we have Ayush with us. He will be giving up a technical workshop on Solana ecosystem, and
Yeah.
we'll take any question in the end itself. So Ayush, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yep. Hey, I'm Ayushan. I work at Solana Foundation as a developer relations person, and I'm here to help you with anything you need in this hackathon to make your own Solana project. And also want to show you the cooler side of Solana, which is like all the open source SDKs that we have built, and how you can use it in your existing projects or something like that. Yeah. So this is me, Ayush. To you, Bhavna. Should we
Yeah,
start?
so now we can start with the workshop. Yeah.
All right. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible now.
Great. So Solana is a layer one blockchain. Solana is like the fastest of the blockchain yet, and it does more transactions than all of the chains combined per second. Right. That means a lot of people can do transactions with smart contracts or like pay your friends or something like that, or buy cool NFTs or something. Solana is really fast, and there are a lot of transactions that Solana can do under a second. Um, what does public blockchain means? It means you can like verify each and every transaction that has been through, and like what happened in the transaction. It is publicly verifiable, and all the data, all the content is censorship resistant. Right? Yeah. So like in this blockchain, we have built an SDK called Solana Pay. Solana Pay is somewhat like UPI that we use in order to like send tokens from one wallet to another wallet, right? Let's say you go on a simple store, uh, offline store, right? And in offline store, mostly people pay by UPI in India, mostly in India. Um, UPI is an interface which lets you send money to any merchant or any provider using your phone, right? So merchant generates a QR. You can scan that QR with your phone and like pay with any wallet app, right? That any wallet app can be Phone Pay, Google Pay, Paytm, right? So these are wallet apps which use the Solana Pay, sorry, UPI interface, right? Now in Solana, there are multiple wallets as well where people keep their like count and uh, how many transactions they have done, plus what's the amount of tokens that they have in their wallet, plus many more NFTs, and like there are a lot of features in wallets. Wallet can mostly help you sign transaction. That means you are doing something. You are provable there. So there are a lot of Solana wallets. There's Phantom, there's Soulflare, Math Wallet, and like there are a lot of wallets. I keep Phantom Wallet with me in order to test as well. So what will happen in Solana? Let's say if you have a store, you can create QR codes which can be scanned by Solana wallets, and you can pay Solana tokens or like any Solana's blockchain supported token. We can call it SPL token, right? So any tokens that are made on Solana blockchain or Solana itself, which is the token built on Solana blockchain, and you can like scan and pay. So all the shops that you go through can accept Solana using this Solana Pay SDK. We have made this, and like this is a really interesting thing. So I'll show you the demo how like what what I will be walking you through today. This project is built on Next.js. That means it involves the backend and front end, both of the code in the Next.js repository. And you can find the code here. I'll just um, share it to you, Bhavna. You can like share it to the GitHub chat or something, YouTube chat. So this is the GitHub repository which holds the code for the point of sale example that we are going to like go through. Let's say you open a store. Let's say I make pizza, Ayush pizza store, right? And if you want to have, um, let's say pepperoni pizza, right? I love pepperoni much. Um, and if you want to accept, let's say, in a better reality, right? We would have uh, a pizza in like 2 Sol, right? 2 Sol or something, right? So as a merchant, I can generate a QR code and say, ki, hey, pepperoni pizza at my Ayush's pizza shop is worth this like 2 Sol, and anyone can like scan this transaction and pay directly. I'll just search for my phone and I'll show. Right here it is. Right, so this is my wallet. This is Phantom actually. You can like scan this QR and like pay a transaction. Hmm. It's failing somehow. All right. So yeah, we are going to make this point of sale SDK, and like you can hand out your like offline things in a point of sale like app. Yeah. So firstly, whenever you load the app, you will see uh, the default page is like localhost 3001 slash new, right? Slash new is the page where like the transaction starts from. I'll not explain React or Next.js too much. I'll just show you the main transaction flow that happens. Let's say a customer through their phone will scan the QR code, right? The wallet will send a post request to your server. Now you as a merchant are also like making a point of sale SDK, which is like client or front end, right? You are also making the back end. Now wallet is with the customer, right? You can scan the transaction, like wallet will send the post request to the server. Server is going to send a transaction that customer will sign from their own wallet, right? Phantom or something like that. When the transaction is approved, like the wallet, like the phone itself will send it to Solana blockchain, right? And this merchant server will afterwards know like whether the transaction was confirmed or not. So see, it will show you like these are the transaction details. Wait, I forgot to tell you about the above URL, right? Slash new will, which just means that you will be landing on a new page. What is a new page? It um, in pages in new, you will see your own page getting rendered uh, on slash new page, right? And this component will have everything with respect to this numbers, this buttons, right? Generate payment code, and that will only take you to the next page, which is pending. So I'll show you. Just add the amount. Okay, after this new, there are two things. First is recipient, right? Who is going to receive the amount from this QR? That is merchant, right? So you can add your merchant wallet here. And label. Label just means either your shop name or the product name. I'll just say Ayush Pizza Shop, right? So yeah, add the amount, generate the code, scan it. Here it will show you in the label that these are my details, which is which this point of sale got from this URL, right? So let's say if you have iPads in your shop for like giving out the pizzas or like um, doing this payment thing. If you have an iPad, you can just open this URL in the browser and like it can just work as a point of sale like system, right? You'll get your label. You'll also get the amount that you entered, right? I entered point 0.1 sol, and I have to send the transaction. Once you approve the transaction, that means you are signing. You approve the transaction and you sign the transaction to blockchain. Now this merchant will know that this signed transaction was submitted to the blockchain, and it will show that the transaction was completed. In recent, you can see that it was finalized, right? So what you do is you just generate a transaction on backend, right? You show a QR code, then this QR code will be shown to the customer in the wallet, and wallet will have to approve. Wallet will have to approve, and like it will, the phone will send the transaction to Solana blockchain directly. Talking about the code, uh, most part I think important is first you add the amount here on this page. You already have the recipient and the label, right? So you have these amount, recipient, and label, three things, right? You generate a QR code based on this. When you generate, you will go on the pending page, right? Pending page is this one. It has QR code already. It also shows the amount, right? Amount and the QR code. Now this QR code can be generated via the Solana Pay SDK, right? At the rate Solana slash pay and at the rate QR code styling. At Solana slash at the rate QR code styling. Wait, you can also go to this Solana Pay documentation, like whenever you find like any questions or something. Yeah, I'll walk you through like what happens just because like you can make the QR code directly from that SDK that we have built. You can get all the options, QR code options like how it should look like or something like that from our SDK only. And you just have to create a HTML element and just append all the data into that element, right? It will generate a nice QR code for you, which any Solana compatible wallet can scan, right? And it will send the transaction. So this QR code actually has transaction, right? All this transaction is encoded. It's just not verified, right? When you see the QR code, right, it is scanned. The wallet will make the post request. It will get the uh, actually this is already happening. Yeah, you'll get the transaction. You'll get the transaction. You just have to sign and approve. I'll walk you through code. Well, if you see in network, it will be sending like polling transactions to DevNet, right? It is trying to check each and every time whether this transaction is signed or not, right? Whether it is available or not. You can directly use this QR code component and attach it in your React app, right? On the backend side, there are two APIs that we have like written. One is get and is second is post. Get is actually nothing but it's telling what is the label and the logo, which if wallet asks for, we'll get to know ki what is the shop name and like what is the logo of that shop or something. When you get the post, right? When you get the post request, mostly it will happen from a wallet. So wallet will send a transaction. Wallet just means customer. Customer will like send a post request to the server, and um, you'll have to respond it. Now see, you'll get the recipient, which is the merchant, right? This one amount, how much amount you want to pay. SPL token field, that just means ki which token do you want to send. What we are doing right now is we are just, if we don't add anything, it is by default sold, right? So if in query SPL token is not found, it is by default sold token, right? Reference is just if you want to add a receipt or something like that, you can add reference. Let's say receipt ID or something like that. Memo is if you want to add more details into the transaction. Yeah, message will be used same way as well. Now you just create a transaction. So this is a transfer transaction, right? You have to serialize and tell that hey, we are not going to sign this transaction. The transaction will be signed by someone else, right? It will be signed by customer, and this is a backend code. So you just create a transaction. You send this transaction to the wallet, right? Wallet will get an approve button. User will have to click on approve, and Solana will directly pay it to your uh, like wallet will pay it to Solana blockchain directly. Yeah. Also, if you want to test this QR code or something like that, if you want to test, you can directly download like any wallet app compatible with Solana. I try Phantom or Glow or something like that. Glow wallet is also good. It can like help you scan the transaction, scan the QR code. It is compatible with Solana Pay, and Phantom is also compatible with Solana Pay. Yeah. Um, Also, you might need to get DevNet Soul. I'll just check this website quickly. Yeah, so you can get your Soul airdrop from here, spltokenfaucet.com. Just add your address from Phantom and like you can test it live. Ashutosh. So I'm making a similar project on Solana track. I'm learning React. I'm familiar with Vanilla and Vanilla JS. So is it fine if I use Vanilla JS on my project? Yeah, it's totally fine to use Vanilla JS. You just have to know how do you insert this QR code, and you can like if you are not using You'll have to somehow manage the state. You can do that using jQuery or something like that. Just manage the state and like append it into HTML like div element or something like that. I think we might have an example. I don't really know. But for backend, you will have to use something. So I'll suggest you to use Next.js. I don't think we have a sample. For backend, you will have to use Next.js or Node.js or something like that, so that you can like handle these requests. Backend requests mostly. Yeah, these one. So backend will not even happen on React. Either you will have to create your own server, which you can also do. You can also create your own server and use Vanilla JS, or use both at the same time in Next.js. Yeah, if you want to test, you can go on this website, connect your wallet, and like get an airdrop if you want to.
Like just want to add in this particular thing, like if you yeah, Ashutosh, are you if you are familiar with vanilla js, I don't think it doesn't take that much time to learn Next.js because it's quite simple, because you are already familiar with javascript. So would say you can learn this on the go and build solid project with Solana and Web3 Net Hackathon.
What you can directly do is start like just follow these getting started tutorial. Like just clone this repository, go into this folder, and like try to like set up the project, install dependencies, then like try to change it into what do you want to make. Let's say if you want to make a samosa shop or something like that, or something like e-commerce, right? People can buy clothes or something like that, so you can build that as well. Yeah, you just have to like also this is directly deployable. If you just deploy it directly, you can select projects from somewhere else and like get the amount directly here from query uh, parameters. No, it's not working. I think you will have to code some things here. Yeah, better learn Next.js. It, yeah. Any questions you all have with respect to Solana Pay example?
Yeah, if you are looking for some example that you can build in this particular hackathon, you can ask with Ayush here as well.
Hmm. You can make something for e-commerce, something for like um, donation, charity donation, or something like that. No one has to connect their own wallets. They just have to scan the QR code from their mobile phone. And I think mobile is the reason why a lot of the like businesses are earning, and it's very easy. I don't have wallets till now. I don't keep notes. I just always go and like scan with my phone and pay, right? This is the best way to pay. And Solana is already very fast, so that it can handle a lot of transactions in a fastly manner, right? It's not gonna take a 15 seconds or like 20 seconds for validating a transaction. It's only going to take 1 second max. Yep. Anything else? All right. We also have a hackathon going on. It's called Grizzlython, right? And you all can join this Grizzlython hackathon. Uh, it is only available till like March 14, right? Deadline is in 5 days. You can like build something and submit a project here, and you have a lot of prizes with respect to uh, each and every track. You can choose the payment track, use Solana Pay in your project, and there are at least five prizes. If you win a big one as well, like that's also great. So, and if you are from a university, you also have a university award, which is like really cool to have. And yeah, you can, if you live around Delhi or Bangalore, you can like directly join offline to like learn with your mentors. Yeah, so submit to this hackathon as well. Submit to your hackathon as well, and like maybe you win both.
Yeah, might be the chance.
Yep.
Let me share this in the chat as well. Yeah, folks, just want to add
Yep.
like if you're facing any issues regarding Solana and anything, you can directly reach out Ayush for the same on Twitter. I will
Yep.
share his Twitter handle in the chat itself. So, thank you, Ayush, for such an amazing workshop. And
Yeah,
before
it was
we
really fun.
close, I just want to remind you all to register for the hackathon if you haven't already. And all you just need to do, just click on the link that is shared in the chat. And thanks for joining you
Yep.
all. And we will be back tomorrow or some another day with great session. Thank you for joining everyone.
Thank you so much. Bye.